Stephanie Carter and Kaylee Bolt will just about to sit down. Would you come around and come in? The History and Politics Department gets 2 awards for our outstanding students every year. First of these, the Nathaniel F. Magruder Award is given to the outstanding senior major in history, given in the name of Nat Magruder, who has over 30 years service to Converse College. Magruder, Nat, before his death, and his wife, Neil Magruder, also a long-serving Converse faculty member, set up an endowment to provide a night a very generous check to the winner of the History Award. The Politics Award is given the name of statesman James F. Burns, very distinguished person in South Carolina national history. Unfortunately, Mr. Burns did not leave any money for the Politics Award winner. It is my hope that, at least my thought, that when I retire, I hope to change that situation. So in about 20 years, the recipient can start as well. In any case, our winners this year, some years it's a very difficult process of checking three-point averages carefully and all of this kind of thing. It's not that we didn't have many outstanding candidates this year, but in this case, 2 candidates simply rose way above all of the others. The Nathaniel F. Magruder History Award, Stephanie Carter. Stephanie is a true example of a non-traditional path. Converse II student, married and raising 2 sons during her years here, compiling an outstanding record, and it's just begun, as she will be on her way to the University of Texas for an all expenses paid plus large amounts of cash on top of that PhD in history at the University of Texas. And Kaylee Bolt, last week, Dr. Walker at the Founders Day Award invoked the biblical challenge that to those much is given, much is expected. Kaylee is an exceptionally talented young woman over a wide range of areas in music and all the other areas. Much is expected. I don't know where Kaylee's going, although I'll be saying a word about that a little bit more in a few more minutes. But we certainly know a very talented woman who much is expected. Our award winners this year, too, are our very finest. While they're coming up, I'm going to say these awards are for model programs. This is our 25th year of model programs, and I had one of the great experiences in all of my years at Converse this year. As part of the 125th reunion, we had a 25-year reunion of model aerobly because it's the senior program. And I had students coming back from all the years, including the very first year in 1988. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience. And since that time, the emails have gone quite viral. Not even including me dancing on the table this past week, but of all the people who were not able to come. It was a great, great experience. Model programs continue to do well. Our 17th consecutive season of national awards in all of our competitions. And it is because of people you see on the stage here. Now, I know every year, those of you who see every year say, every year, these are the best I've had. And it's true, every year. But there are certain special distinctions about these four young women that must be said. There are two awards in model programs. The Anna Klemczynski Award. Anna graduated in 1999. She really was part of the beginning of the 17 years of achievement. She died 6 months after walking across the stage and twitching. She remains a powerful influence in my life. This morning, I had really a quite unusual experience. I got an email. I've been getting a lot because of model programs. I got an email this morning from a young lady who was the first winner of the Anna Klebzinski Award. She was Anna's protege. She was Anna's Converse little sister. And out of the blue, this email popped up just before I came here. It said, this is a woman who is she's a major bank executive, an investment banker, and a woman of great wealth and power. She said, today is awards day at Converse College. Today you will honor Anna, as I know you always do. My life began for the better the day that Anna introduced me to you in model programs. I will tell you, my day started with tears over the opportunities. The Anna Klebzinski Award goes to individuals who have courage and they overcome. They are survivors. And this year, two outstanding nominees, two outstanding recipients of the award. I'll give the awards here in just a moment. Melanie Waddell and Kathleen Hines. A word about each of them. Melanie is one of the finest debaters we've had. Over 200 debaters, she certainly ranks in the top 10. She complained every year I would never let her chair. I said, I'm not going to let you chair because I need you as a debater. She was an outstanding one. Melanie is a contrarian. If everybody is going this way, she is going that way. In class, I never let her speak early because if we're discussing a book, everybody's going to be saying this, and she's going to be challenging. And she's so good, she convinces everybody to her opinion. So I have to at least let the people, the majority of them, say to speak first. She's going to continue this. She will be leaving to go next year. After several offers, she'll be going to Northeastern University with a nice scholarship to study a Master's of International Relations. Part of her contrariness is that Melanie is not one of our majors. She's made it very clear over the years, a theater major and a psychology major, and you will never get me as a major in the department. I never did. Of course, she took every course I ever taught, but I never got her as a major. But she's going off to a Master's in International Relations. I think I win. But she's going to Northeastern University. Northeastern University is our major rival. Northeastern University uses graduate students on their model programs. Melanie will be going to the Northeastern Model Programs team. And she tells me, they'll let me chair. You wouldn't have. I can deal with that. I don't want to have to debate against her. The other award winner is Kathleen Hines. I can spend the rest of the day talking about Kathleen. I was at her honors presentation just yesterday. And I looked at her in her LBD, her little black dress, her pearls, her high heels, and I said, I never thought I'd see this. A case could be made that Kathleen is the smartest person in Converse. That includes the faculty. At least this one. She is also the funniest woman I've ever met. An incredible debater. When she tried out for model programs, let me just say that I guess the best description of her, at least her attire, was she was a hot mess. And when she tried, we recognized her brilliance immediately. But as I watched her, with a lot of work and a lot of preparation, we can make her a good second chair someday. Oh, contrary. She became one of probably the top 3 debaters I've had in the program over the years. She dominates a room. The first time I saw her in competition was in Boston in her freshman year. Walked into the room. Now, she was still a hot mess. She was wearing some kind of cape sweater, and nothing went together in any way possible. And as I walked in the room, she had sticky notes all over her body, over her sleeve, over her front. And she would get to speak, she would pull off sticky notes and stuff. She was writing, she was sticking them to her. And she'd pull them off, and she'd start talking from them. And everybody in the room would look. And I was a sailor. But she won an award that day, and she's won an award ever since. She doesn't use sticky notes now. But she dominates a room like few people can dominate a room. Her wit, her intelligence, her ability. She is incredible. And she is on her way to a very huge fellowship at Southern Methodist University with PhD and cash that, frankly, I would trade with her. I'll take it, she can stay here. And having witnessed her make the presentation in her honors paper, she is already an accomplished teaching scholar. There's only great things ahead for her. The other award that we give is the Valerie Brock Award, given the name of one of our most illustrious members, and the person who organized the 25th reunion. Melanie did it, Valerie did it all. She did it all while she was on the program. She did it all since. Today she is an executive with the CDC International and holds Foreign Service standing. And these two young women have done it all. First, Victoria Ball. No one in the history of the program has done more things, more roles than Victoria. She has been an award-winning debater, an award-winning chair. She was on the Arab Court of Justice. She was the National Chief Justice of the Arab Court of Justice. She was, this year, the Assistant Secretary General of the National Arab League. She was the Secretary General of the Southeast Model. She was the Secretary General of International Model NATO. She is a head delegate. I'm not sure there are any more roles. There aren't any more roles for her to close. And the other recipients, and by the way, I have inscribed gavelets for my two Secretary Generals. The other young woman I've already mentioned, Kaylee Bolt. Her record is phenomenal. When I spoke before those veterans of the program over 25 years, people there were more PhDs than I could count, foreign service officers, CEOs, heads of NGOs. They were an accomplished group of women. And I stood before them and proud and competitive women. I stood before them and I said, in my 25 years, the single best member of model programs that I have had is Miss Kaylee Bolt. Now, they understood the gravity of that situation. I was able to write in a letter just 2 days ago. I was able to make that same statement in a letter of recommendation this week. That is a quite phenomenal statement given the competition, but it is true. In 4 years, 4 competitions a year, she won the best delegate in every competition. Sometimes she took every vote in the room. When she moved to becoming a chair, she won best chair. And she capped off her performance as the Secretary General this year. I can't tell you what Kaylee's going to do in the future, but I do think there might be something that's happened in the last few days that may be the next step on a direction, a very exciting direction. So anyway, these 4 young women are exceptional, incredible. Dr. Amy Cox.